It's the high school game of the week on 23 ABC, Friday Night Live. Brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in town.
Well, normally right now you'd be seeing Stephen Hicks from Tehachapi. We were having some signal issues, so we're not going to let that stop us tonight for Friday Night Live. We have some good highlights for you and a lot of excitement. And for the first time ever, we were from the Coy Burnett Field in Tehachapi at the Tehachapi High School, a storied place to play Friday night football, and we've got a great story coming up in just a bit. But tonight's game was set to be an epic clash. Tehachapi coming in at 6-1 against the top-ranked team in the section, an undefeated Ridgeview team filled with playmakers. So could the Warriors pull off the upset? Yeah, it was a good game. We want to get you right over to the highlights right now.
Well, Ridgeview got on the board about as fast as you could, led by the man who's nicknamed the fastest man in the valley, Darius Smith, breaking free on the outside, goes untouched into the end zone, quickly 7-0 Wolfpack. But hey, Tehachapi says we got a fast back of our own. Here's Kern Scott, our 23 ABC Athlete of the Week, with a couple moves. He would find the outside, he would go into the end zone. We got a ball game at 7-7 after the first two drives. Ridgeview's second drive, that's quarterback Lawrence White finding Jalen Prevost, and Prevost on a 4th and 2 somehow finds his way into the end zone unmarked. 14-7 Wolfpack. The following drive for them, it's again Darius Smith. Couple moves, he busts his way into the end zone, and Wolfpack jump out to an early lead, and some fans with a Darius Fathead in the stands there. Tehachapi would keep their head down, continue to march the ball down the field. This is Kern Scott again, just can't take him down, spins his way forward for a couple more yards, and he finally gets taken down in the red zone. The ensuing play, Scott again takes it through the middle there. Wolfpack players finally decide to just pick him up and throw him down. You can't do that. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, moving Tehachapi forward. But that same drive, this would be the turning point in the game. Noah Whitlock pushing his way forward, gets bumped. The ball spills out, and that is Christian Brown taking it all the way to the house for 6 points. We had to speed it up. The first Warrior mishap, but it wouldn't be the last. This is Kern Scott. Thinks he's down, fumbles the ball, but that is picked up by Amir Knox, who takes it all the way to the house. Wolfpack just continue to put the pressure on Tehachapi, and the news would go from bad to worse for Warrior fans. This is Kern Scott gets taken down. He is injured on the play. He'd have to be helped off the field. Ridgeview would keep the pressure on. This is Lawrence White just before the half, just throwing it up there for Jalen Prevost, and Prevost comes down with it 48-14 at the end of the first half. Tehachapi would score in the second half, but that deficit was just too much to overcome. Ridgeview wins, and they win big.
Yeah, that is a big one. Of course, they're undefeated, so that would say something coming into this game. Of course, it was a big game because Tehachapi had a chance tonight to really pull this one around. Although they didn't, we have some words tonight from the coach.
I don't care who you play. If you turn the ball over for touchdowns like we did, where we just lay it on the ground and they pick it up and run in for touchdown, you're not going to win many games, and you're definitely not going to win against a good football team like they are. Like I told them, hey, we're not having a pity party or anything like that. We did a lot of it to ourselves against a good team that take advantage of you.
So you guys are 9-0 now, one more game to complete, the perfect regular season. What are you telling the guys to stay up for that?
Well, we talked at halftime. Tehachapi just did a great job running the football on us in the first half, and hey, we got to shut things down. And we made some adjustments, and our kids played really well in the second half. I think we were able to stop the run, but it's all for us. It's all about getting better. And this is a great test for us. I think it was a really good football game for us to play. And our kids fly around defense. We didn't play great in the first half, but we were able to punch the ball out, I think, and take advantage of that. And our speed on a couple of scooping scores, it was nice to have. It was one of those things, momentum, it's a game of momentum, and, we got the momentum in the first half. It's just a lot of fun, our kids bonding and have a lot of fun. It's just a great group to be around.
Yeah, he's doing something right.
Yeah,
Undefeated,
the kids
9-0.
are still like high spirits.
Yeah,
so,
that's good. Well, Tehachapi, even though they'll finish up their season on the road against West, while Ridgeview will look to complete that perfect regular season at home against Independence. And we got more still ahead.
That's right. We go inside the program here at Tehachapi to tell the story of a group of guys who have been on the sidelines here for more than a decade, but you probably didn't notice them. It's Friday Night Live from Coy Burnett Field. Back after this.
Fan L, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. Together we have something special.
One thing about living in Kern County is all these great rivalries.
Bakersfield Christian! Carson! Stop now! Right here!
But despite all these rivalries, there's still one thing.
One thing!
We can all agree on. Kern Schools is the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our new auto rates as low as 1.24 APR up to 48 months or 1.74 up to 66 months. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Hey Kern County, Halloween Town is back with fun activities for the entire family, like pumpkin cannons, kids corn maze, giant super slides, spooky cinema, pumpkin patch, and more. Located on River Lakes Drive in Northwest Bakersfield. Look for the giant glowing pumpkin.
Experts say replace your mattress every 8 years.
And now at Sleepmore, you can buy a Tempur-Pedic, iComfort, or iSeries mattress
and get no interest for 8 years with equal payments. That's right, 96 months.
Who offers financing for that long? Sleepmore, of course.
So now have the mattress of your dreams, 2,920 nights of great sleep.
8 years from now with no interest.
Until it's time for your next Tempur-Pedic, iComfort, or iSeries mattress.
Hurry to Sleepmore, inside more furniture for less.
I have a video I want you to watch, and no matter what, I need you to stay focused. Don't take your eyes off the screen.
It's hard to stay focused. Text message alerts from Chevy Cruise let you send a text response at the touch of a button so you can focus on driving.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get a sign and drive lease on this Chevy Cruise LT. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Talladega Frights is back and more terrifying than ever with a brand new bone-chilling attraction. Located on River Lakes Drive in Northwest Bakersfield, look for the giant glowing pumpkin. Come join us all season long, if you dare. Talladega Frights.
Security systems that protect your home may attract unwanted guests.
They had no idea who this man was.
Monday on 23 ABC News at 11, John Matarese exposes what they want, the tricks they use, and how to send them packing. It's an alarming deception. Monday at 11.
Welcome back to an impromptu Friday Night Live. If you're just joining us, we were having some signal issues with Stephen Hicks in Tehachapi. So we're going to take it from the desk tonight, and we have a great story for you about a group of men on the sidelines tonight in Tehachapi that didn't play football. In fact, their leader never played, but they're become as much as part of the Warrior football team as any player or coach.
23 ABC's Stephen Hicks has their story.
In the town of Tehachapi, nothing is bigger than when the lights come on, and it's time for Friday Night Football. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that when someone was allowed onto the sidelines, he never left.
Just the love of this program, the love of the Warrior football. I just think that under the lights of Coy Field on Friday night, there's just no better place.
High and back in 2001, filled in as part of the Chain Gang. 14 years later, he's now worked more than 200 games, and his crew is seen as one of the best in California.
We can do the job in our sleep. We just react. We don't even have to think about it.
And it's not arrogance if it's true. Nick Ellis was a ref for almost 30 years and looked forward to his nights in the mountains.
You knew when the game started that you didn't have to worry about whether the chains were going to move early. You knew that they knew their job.
Tonight's referee Dennis Matthews says at most schools, high schoolers are working the games. And from checking their phones to checking out girls, that could lead to a distracted crew.
Chain crews don't work in frost-off games that come halftime, horn honks. The chain crew disappears because that was their ride.
And when the refs need to fill that spot, oftentimes Childress is there to answer the call. Just a couple weeks ago when the Warriors were taking on Independence, it happened again.
They recruited Gary out of the stands because one of their officials got hurt, so he had to get off the box. They put Gary on the box for him.
The linesman starts to explain it to me, and the white hat comes in and says, no, you don't have to worry about him. You know, it'll be like an official on the box.
And for the ref to spot Gary in the stands, well, he's hard to miss with his Tehachapi helmet. After a sideline concussion, he replaced his ball cap with a hard hat and decided to make it a beacon of school support. And like the players' stickers for success, each sticker represents one of 11 CIF titles the Warriors have won. Come on. His crew works on the opponent's sidelines and has become somewhat of an ambassador for the school.
I'm not just representing Tehachapi High School, I'm representing the entire community as a whole during the home games, and I consider that to be a sacred trust.
It's always great to work with those guys because they know what they're doing. They've done it for so many years. They are their own crew.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's crazy to see, you know, you don't get to see those stories very often from the sidelines.
Yeah.
They do it every week, and
but it's good. It's a good thing that Stephen got their story in. We learned
it's
a
a very
bit about
necessary story because a lot of times in those, you know, third or fourth and inches, you got to call out the chain gang. They got to know what they're doing. And in fact, Stephen was telling us earlier, those guys were top ranked in the states.
Ooh, wow.
I guess there's a competition for, or there's some kind of league for that. But they were one of the top ranked chain gangs in football, high school football.
And they're from Kern County.
Right here.
Good stuff. Well, while the U.S. Army All-Star High School football game that takes place every year at the Rabobank has the best best players and coaches in the county. You can be sure that they also have the best chain gang, as we just mentioned. And Gary and his crew have worked it the last 5 years and are signed up to work their 6th straight this April.
Keep it going, guys. Important job. Well, some huge games going on across the county tonight. We'll whip around and show you how the top teams did. Title on the line tonight at Centennial High School, what tonight's game does to the Southwest Yosemite League. Stay with us. It's Friday Night Live.
FNL, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. Together we have something special.
One thing about living in Kern County is all these great rivalries.
Wasco! Shatner! Scarces! BHS!
But despite all these rivalries, there's still one thing.
One thing! One thing!
We can all agree on. Kern Schools is the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our new auto rates as low as 1.24 APR up to 48 months or 1.74 up to 66 months. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
This is a story about doers, the artificial heart, electric guitars, and rockets to the moon. It's the story of America, land of the doers.
Doing it, did it, done.
Doers built this country, the dams and the railroads.
Henry was a steel driving man.
Catchy. They built the Golden Gates and the Empire States. And all this doing takes energy, no matter who's doing.
There's all kinds of doing up in here.
Or what they're doing. What the heck's he doing? Energy got us here, and it's our job to make sure there's enough to keep doers doing the stuff doers do, to keep us all doing what we do.
This week, it's the lowest prices of the year at Ashley Furniture Home Store. With prices reduced store-wide on hundreds of our best-selling items, starting at just $148, plus no interest for 36 months. Our lowest prices on beds, huge savings on sofas and sectionals, and lowest prices on dining rooms. Plus our best-selling mattress brands starting at $77 each piece. Hurry in, no interest for 36 months, and best-selling items as low as $148. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. Shop now at ashleyfurnitureHomestore.com.
That's right. Did you have a chance to look at the samples? Hold on a sec. Are we gonna make it?
Almost there.
Okay. Well, I landed too, so we can go over it again. Okay. Bye. Right here's fine.
Anything else I can do for you, ma'am?
So many things.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, Dad, that's gross.
Safe trip.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Mom.
Bakersfield Audi, 6000 Weibel Road.
Get to work on time with the 23 ABC News live traffic maps and cameras.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are taking FNL tonight from the desk, and we have some huge games going on across the county, none bigger than one down tonight. Liberty Centennial High School. Centennial against Liberty in a game likely to decide the SWYL. Centennial shut out their last 2 opponents, including the Drillers at Griffith Field. Tonight, though, going up against a Jordan Love-led team who averaged 45 points in their last 3 games. You can see there the Patriots rolling over Centennial 49-0. And on the bottom of your screen there, they're now 4-4 coming off a league loss last week to Centennial. They are still very much in the SWYL after their win over Stockdale. They'll need some extra help, though, this week, and they'll need to take care of business against Liberty. But Drillers still on the season tonight have a chance.
And speaking of BHS, he was a USC great, a world champion, and a Hall of Famer. But before Frank Gifford made a name for himself in college and in the NFL, he dominated the gridiron at Bakersfield High School. Over the summer, Gifford died at the age of 84, and tonight he was honored at his alma mater during Bakersfield High's game against Stockdale. Gifford's son Cody was on hand for the ceremony and presented the school with a specially designed football from the NFL.
A couple big games in the Southeast Yosemite League there in the South Sequoia League. Highland and North. If North takes care of business, their matchup will South will decide the title score. You can see there Stars 33-21 over the Highland Scots. Taft, what a difference a year makes. Take a look at this score. Their loss to Chavez, but their win tonight, their matchup next week against Bakersfield Christian could decide the SSL. Emphasis on could, because the Titans would need to lose, and they're taking on Arvin, but it could. Emphasize could happen. Centennial and Frontier, Liberty and Bakersfield standings here in the SYL. Ridgeview and Independence, you can see here 6-3 overall for the Golden Hawks, 5-3 for the Patriots. Drillers 5-4 in Conference League, 3-1, 4-0. The Patriots off to a great start as we head further and further into postseason play. Ridgeview obviously tonight 9-0, undefeated overall in their conference, 4-0, and Tehachapi struggling a little bit in their conference, but still looking good on the season. 6-2, a tough loss at home today.
Brutal.
But hopefully they can redeem themselves
and
pick themselves up.
Well, it was great weather for football, whether you won or lost.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Don't play Monday. Highs are going to be in the low 60s. We've got an 80% chance of rain. Not a big thunderstorm day, but and it's going to be brief. I think it arrives here by 6 a.m. and it could be gone by noon. Afternoon showers are still a possibility, though.
So a little soggy fields Monday.
It would be a little wet on Monday for tennis, golf, you name it. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here with us on our impromptu Friday Night Live.
That was fun.
We'll see you back here next week.
Sports!
First.